Not the opponent you were expecting this weekend. Obviously, you were supposed to face Darren Till. You've got Chris Curtis stepping in. What was your initial reaction when you heard that Darren Till was out of this fight?
Well, I kind of anticipated it through the whole camp. I don't know why I just had a bad feeling about it. Maybe because the first time I wanted to fight him, he declined the fight. Second time, he pulled from the fight. Third time, he didn't even announce the fight himself. Couldn't see any sign of him fighting, and it just gave me a bad feeling about it. So I kind of had it with me through the whole camp, and to be honest, I wasn't surprised.
And you've had this before, last moment change of opponents and not knowing who you're going to be fighting. Is that something that you just kind of, how to deal with now?
Yeah, and it's a big part of the MMA game. It happens all the time, and you just need to be ready for anything.
So what do you think of Chris Curtis as your new opponent this weekend?
Chris is a great opponent. He has a lot of experience, a lot of fights, a lot of wins, heavy hands. Won all his fights in the UFC, 8-fight win streak. So I think he's as good as it gets. He's just like one of those guys trying to climb into the rankings now, and he's right up there. He's a great opponent.
And we saw you training with Khamzat Chimaev. How did that come about?
He just showed up on the doorstep, and that's the truth. I'm always first at the gym, opening up in the morning. So I was going to the gym, and then like 50 meters away, man, that looks like Khamzat, I'm sure it was, and I didn't ask too much about it, to be honest. I was just happy to get another high-quality training opponent, training partner. So, I just opened the doors for him, and we trained for a week.
So you had no idea that he was going to show up?
No idea.
And what was it like training with someone like him? I know obviously you've had a grappling match with him before. What was it like getting to train with him? I have been training with him before as well. So he gets better actually every time I train with him. So he's a solid training partner. Everybody knows it. He's a great fighter. So that was he helped me with some great training. And just last one from me. Obviously, he's had a fight announced now with Nate Diaz. How do you think he gets that done?
I think he gets it done for sure. I really respect Nate and everything he has done, but I feel like he's getting thrown to the wolf now, literally.
Thank you,
Jack. Hi. Was there ever any consideration to not taking the fight with Chris, given that it's short notice? You mentioned he's on a good win streak, but he's unranked, so the upside for you is pretty small. Whereas if you were fighting a big name in the division like Darren, obviously there's much more upside for you. So was there ever a consideration for maybe not taking this fight and holding back and seeing if you can get a bigger fight further down the line?
Not really, but immediately when Darren pulled, obviously I asked the UFC for a ranked opponent and checked out who is available. They didn't have a ranked opponent for me, so they said we have Chris Curtis, and I said yes because too much preparations, too much training. I really need to use that for something and to stay active and to fight. So when there was no other options, I accepted the fight.
Break down how different Chris is as an opponent compared to Darren, and how you need to sort of just change your approach to the fight in order to deal with him.
Yeah, I feel like Darren is more of a sharpshooter, Both are southpaw, so that's good, all the preparations going into that. Darren has better straight punches, and Chris has better hooks and great body shots, and a different boxing style, even though both of them do a lot of boxing. So, they have some similarities, but some differences as well. Darren has, he's a little bit taller, and so there's a few things, but I feel like I know how to handle both styles.
I think you've alternated wins and losses over the last 6, But the middleweight division is absolutely wide open right now, and I know they're looking for challenges to take on Izzy at the top of the division. Obviously, it looks like Alex Pereira will be next. What will you need to do in order to position yourself? Is it just a case of just getting a bit more consistency, picking up some back-to-back wins? Is that the main aim for you right now?
Yeah, I think that's it. Putting a win streak together, and I should be right up there again.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hey, Jack. Were you at any time suspicious about Khamzat coming to train with you, since obviously he is, best friends with Darren?
It's hard to not think a little bit about it, and I haven't. Everybody that I speak to, has their own theory, and some guys are just like, man, he was there, and then he saw the shape you were in. He told Darren, fuck this, Darren, don't do this, if you have an injury, this is not the time to fight Jack. So he kind of tested the water. Another one is obviously that he knew that Darren was injured and he wasn't going to take the fight, and he just wanted to get some training in himself. Or he just doesn't care, and just took the opportunity to go and train. Either way is fine. I don't care.
I also want to ask you about some of the big fights we just saw in the division and coming up. What was your thoughts on Alex Pereira's performance against Sean Strickland?
Yeah, that's, he has the touch of death, and usually, Strickland can be a really hard, tricky person to hit, but if Pereira touches you with that left hook, it's a good night for about everybody. And as we saw, there was no difference in the Strickland fight. So he really showed everybody that they have to be aware for that left hook.
And how do you see that fight between Alex and Adesanya?
I feel like Adesanya has a better style suited to MMA, and I think it's going to be hard for Pereira with the distance, the footwork, and the small gloves and everything like that. So I feel like Adesanya is gonna hit him more, but as we know, he only needs one, and that might be enough. So the chance for a knockout is always there.